Well, hello. Welcome back to the allotment. I've been asked to do a tour of my shed as part of Shed Challenge. So this is my shed. This is not my shed. So it's not going to be very interesting, but we'll give it a go and see what we can make of it. But as I say, tour of the shed, so bear with me. Right, so let's have a look. 3B or not 3B? No, that's not the right quote, is it? All of our sheds have to be numbered, or not sheds, but our plots. And I've just got mine, as you can see, on the shed. Nest box, never been used. I think probably because it's only about, well, 5 foot off the ground, if that, so it's probably not terribly popular with the birds. 2 water butts which catch rainwater off of just the one side. At some point I need to be clever and get some more guttering and do the other side as well. Sneak peek, we'll go inside in a minute. And thermometer, max and min thermometer, so you can see. Let's see if we can get that in focus. So what are we looking at? That looks like +7 minimum and +24 maximum, and that's obviously Celsius. I resit it every Saturday, so because it's the most consistent day that I'm down here, and I've got about a year and a bit's worth of records now. So anyway, let's take you inside the shed. So this is probably the most exciting part, so if you haven't been excited to now, stand by for more excitement. So yes, it's a shed and it's very messy. Start with the door, because this is the most exciting part probably. An old chalkboard, which I do occasionally use, but I've mislaid the chalk, so I haven't been using it very much recently. And then this is my layout. So you're a bit back to front here, because here's the shed, which is obviously where we are now, and then the path running down the side is not really on here, but it's this side, and then there's my cross paths on the plot, fruit bed, compost bin, so they're sort of fixed structures, if you like. And then all of this is just what I'm growing in any one particular year. So broad beans, which are nearly over, lettuce, which is actually up here, beetroot, spinach, rainbow chard, parsnips and turnips, brassicas. My start of the year plan, and it obviously adapts and changes, because as I say, the lettuce is not there, it's actually here, but that's just the way it worked out. Beetroots are up a bit further, and I haven't put any spinach in this year. Rainbow chard is in there, parsnips are in there, turnips they didn't do anything, they failed. So it's just basically a rough layout at the start of the year. So let's go inside now. I've got enough space that I can put one of my chairs in here and hide if it's raining, which I do if I want to stay down here, but it's just a passing shower. So it's not glamorous, it's functional, I think. So as you can see, if we let's start over here. So obviously this is where the thermometer is, you can just see it on the side, so just to orientate yourself. And then I've got spare hats, just a towel for if I need to wash my hands or I'm getting a bit sweaty, shall we say. Waterproof, like a big poncho waterproof, just in case I haven't come down with a coat and it gets really wet. And then odds and ends, this is just a screen which fits in here, so that when I go and lock up, I put the screen up so people can't see what's in the shed from the outside. I don't know whether it's ever, I've never had a problem, never been broken into, other people on the plot have, but I think it just acts as a little bit of a deterrent if they can't see that there's anything worth, not that there is anything worth stealing in here, I'd add, but I think, you know, it helps. I replaced this you wouldn't be able to see out of this perspex if I was doing this about 2 years ago, so I replaced this a couple of years ago, and I can actually see out of the shed now without looking out the door. So this is kind of all the bits and pieces and things that I use most often. Small stuff, obviously flask of coffee, water because it's getting hot now, and then things like plant labels, anti-bac wipe, first aid kits in there. Oh, chalk, found the chalk. My safety goggles, so when I'm using the mower or strimmer or something, I keep a pair down here rather than get all the way down here and find out I left them at home. Pen and paper, spare gloves, oops, spare pair of scissors, some twine, just all the sort of things you'd expect, I think, to find in a shed. And then on the second shelf, same again really, so pegs for securing down netting, bits for the hose, cabbage collars, string, scissors, clips for netting, CDs for playing to the birds, for scaring birds, knife, pink, so that I don't lose it, and there's a video somewhere in my stream if you want to know a bit more about why I've got a pink knife, and then small sledgehammer brush, secateurs, trowel, all of the sort of small stuff, gloves, spare gloves. This is basically odds and ends, bits and pieces, so grow more, there's some slug bait in there, and killer, all sorts of, you know, basically the chemical warfare department, shall we say. Not used very often, to be fair. I try and do everything as organically as possible, but I do have, you know, occasionally have to resort to, as I say, chemical warfare. Sprayer, there's another sprayer in there somewhere, so, you know, all those sorts of things. Bags of things like netting, more netting, my windmill, which I'm still trying to find that bit which blew off. Ice cream tubs, basically for putting crops in when I've harvested them, more ice cream tubs, carrier bags, same purpose. My 40-plus-year-old, basically it's older than me, I'm 40, how old am I? I'm 44, this thing is older than me. It was inherited from my grandfather, so I don't know how long he had it, but it still cuts really well. It just is quite hard work on the paths here because it's a push mower, obviously. Which is why I brought the petrol one down today, just to save myself a bit of time, but I still do use it. It still cuts very well. It's just harder work than the petrol mower, obviously, so maybe I really should use the push mower more often, but I don't. Plastic cloches, and then a wide variety and assortment of tools, hose, rakes, handsaw, more hose, digging mattock, another mattock, edging shears, spade, you know, chicken wire, so basically tools in a tub. Yeah, and that's about it. So as I say, it's not very exciting, although this shed is actually 2 sheds, believe it or not. When I got it, I've got my plot about 8 years ago, just gone 8 years. And I didn't have a shed on the site initially, so I advertised for one, and somebody responded and said, well, if you want it, you've got to come and collect it. Well, that's fine. And there's actually 2, so you've got to take them both, which I did, and it turns out that there was kind of 2 not very good sheds, out of which I was able to make 1 relatively good shed. So yeah, that's the history of my shed. So that's it. That's Shed Challenge completed. If you have been, thank you for watching. This is one video that is part of, as I say, Shed Challenge, but if you want to watch some of my other allotment videos or other videos, do click on my profile link and have a look. I normally post sort of every other week, sometimes every week if I get a chance. As I say, mostly allotment videos, but other things on there as well. So do check out my channel. If you like it, subscribe. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. And I hope wherever you are, you're having a good weekend. And I'll speak to you again soon. Thank you for watching. Take care now. Bye bye.